Okay, I did it. I translated the first dramatic scene. Okay, now I have to continue and it should be...
Only
shoo-in.
56,000 more to go.
Hey, this is the Final Fantasy VII overworld.
Yeah, that in the meantime, they kind of destroyed the village and now he's on the run, basically, so we need to get through the Black Moon Forest.
That's the
So
thing,
now he's
Des.
a war criminal.
Well, kinda.
He even murdered all the people he loves.
Look at the bright side. At least it's a more creative name with Black Moon Forest rather than
Alright.
just generic Dark Forest.
In the meantime, I
funny
did
you
some
mention that.
minor grinding. And I got some abilities while others are in the works, so you'll be able to see them in this part.
You know, Dej, your Final Fantasy VII quip is sort of fitting because, again, this is the game that Final Fantasy VII almost was until Square vetoed it.
Again, can you imagine what things would be like if this was...
Okay, you don't have to be... That's the thing. A lot of Final Fantasy games after 8 were originally supposed to be spin-offs that were railroaded into being mainline titles. You know, so it's not even that uncommon a thing anymore.
Not really.
That is
16
one thing.
is actually breaking that kind of trend, to be honest.
It is one thing to consider, though. It is one thing to consider, though. If this had been Final Fantasy VII, would this have been the uber popular thing that practically became its own franchise?
It would probably be considered controversial because of
the game has actually reached, has developed a rather strong cult following over the years, which is why Square Enix hasn't forgot about it, over the years. But yes, even when it came out, it was not at the very best. Anyway, here we go.
It's interesting because Square probably would love to do like a small scale remake that actually finishes the game. Probably the problem is that Takahashi is now working at Nintendo, so it can be hard to really make a remake that properly follows.
Not really, because Monolith Soft was still able to make Project X Zone for Namco.
Despite being the second party owned.
But it was still a console exclusive, and they took advantage of that for a second game.
Again, Deji, when was that game? When did that game come out?
In the 3DS era, Monolith Soft was bought by Nintendo.
Because in recent years, Nintendo acquired the rest of what they didn't own from Monolith. So right now, Monolith Soft is 100% owned by Nintendo. So it might be different now.
Well, again. Nintendo could easily let them do it. At worst, it would just be a console exclusive.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, that being said, though, the reason I bring up what an alternate timeline would have been like is like, well, okay, so imagine, if this had been Final Fantasy VII, would it have been more popular just because it was a Final Fantasy game? Or would FF7, okay, let's imagine FF7 had been like, just the spin-off here and there. Let's imagine that the characters are still the same, but instead, FF7 is the spin-off instead. Do you think FF7, or whatever it would have been called in that alternate timeline, do you think that would have still been the more popular thing?
Oh, look at that,
It's a Final Fantasy game.
Well, I'm sure, like, FF7 as it was in an alternate timeline, it would be considered, wow, this is a really good game, a cult classic. Well, it would have been as good, gotten more praise than Chrono Trigger.
And then do you think like it still would have grown big enough to the point where Square practically made a franchise around it? Like, I do wonder
Probably.
because I'll admit, part of me does wonder if sometimes a game's success is based off of what series it's a part of, or if it's like a mainline thing.
You have to realize that Final Fantasy VII's popularity was due to right time at the right place.
Yeah.
It was really one of those lightning in a bottle type of situations.
This is again why I wonder, like, well, if anything was different, would FF7 have still been the massive success it was?
Alright, hold on. We're about to get something important. After getting King of Horror.
Imagine if it released on the N64.
It's a DuckTales reference, Jova. Whoa. FMB.
Yeah. Don't get used too much on that. Oh. Lady, we need English. Thank you.
Throw down your weapon. Make one wrong move and I'll shoot.
Go ahead, Shiroi. This character is all yours.
Right. 1 second.
A fiery redhead.
Yeah, turn around.
No.
I am turned, lady. So not.
Turn again.
So
Let's
that you
see
have
you
your
dance.
back to me.
Dance, monkey, dance. I said turn around.
Oh my god, it's
I
Oscar
said
from
no.
it's Oscar from Evangelion.
Azuka. Are you shaking?
Eh,
Be quiet.
My sprite isn't shaking, therefore I'm not.
you're a bit of a rookie, aren't you?
Go ahead, Pedro. This video is automated, actually. Sorry.
One of those Kislev
That's fine.
soldiers.
And now this bit isn't automated.
For reference, look at if there was an error or not.
Yeah.
Don't
It's interesting
move.
because sorry.
Yeah, sometimes the game is very schizophrenic with this.
I have orders to kill all surface dwellers. Lambs. Lambs?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Lambs I come in contact
Again,
with.
religious symbolism, Shiroi.
Lambs to the slaughter.
I just think she doesn't like Welsh people. It's part of my mission. It's nothing personal.
Okay,
Of
now you
course,
got-
it's never personal.
Now you got me imagining the main character talking with a Welsh accent or something.
Well, technically she kind of is.
I have a question for you. How do I get out of this forest?
You're
Well,
just
like a
as lost
tour
as I
guide.
am. Well, yeah, you kind of
Maybe-
are dressed like
Also-
one.
It's interesting. It's interesting because
Are you lost?
Mm-mm.
Are you lost, man?
Just answer my question. How do I get out of here?
I didn't answer your question.
look around until you find the exit? That's what I usually do in dungeons.
Sorry, but I'm looking for the way out here too.
Let's work together.
Oh.
You the Seinfeld thing.
Don't shoot me.
How long are you just going to stand there like that? If you're going to shoot me, then hurry up and do it.
Oh, wow,
You're a
what
downer.
He just murdered his village. Of course he's in a bit of a down mood. What an odd
She
thing
doesn't
to
know
say.
that.
Don't you understand the situation you are in?
Well, clearly not. So by all means, explain it to me.
Don't care about my situation.
So much so that his sprite even
Damn,
changed the show.
I'm just a guy whose life is worthless. There's no point in me living anyway. Go ahead, Pedro. It's automated this bit.
Stay back.
Sorry, guys.
Oh.
That was one. What are you aiming at? Here! Shoot me here! Come on!
Shoot me! Shoot me!
You're not pointed at anything.
Are you mocking me?
It's a good job just pointing the gun at herself.
You're weird. Something's very wrong with you. You should at least resist a little bit.
The camera is
Behind
crazy. Oh,
you.
hello, local elf from the
What's
forest.
this? Who are you? Ah.
Stop! Keep your hands off of Ellie!
Wait, Ellie.
What? Why are you calling her
Hey,
Ellie?
Keep just that in mind. For the time being, we need to fight these local forest elves.
It's interesting because
It's Reisen!
it's interesting because both her and Meryl are rookies and redheads. So
Cool.
Meryl from Metal Gear Solid.
Oh yeah.
Like that scene in particular is actually very similar to the one in MGS1.
Are you alright? Hang in there.
How embarrassing! You have to be saved by this guy.
What is that noise?
The
Rock
campfire.
rumbling? Oh.
Good. Finally woke up. You didn't move for so long that I started to worry.
That would have been another death I would have had to blame myself for.
A lot. How are you feeling?
Like shit.
A lot. You still intend to kill me? Then go right ahead and shoot me.
I did miss you earlier at point.
You better not
blank
do it
range.
if I'm in the forest. Forest monsters hate loud noises, you know?
Well, then you need to turn the
No,
fire
no.
down. Jesus.
Fine. Don't talk to me if you don't want to. I wouldn't kill you to thank me for tending your wounds.
Do you want her to thank you or kill you? Make up your mind, son.
Both?
Yeah.
Thanks. But you shouldn't have helped me.
I'm cursed. I'm actually a werewolf, and I'm gonna kill you when the moon rises.
Redhead werewolf.
Is that your
I
type?
don't think it'll save your life, though. It really doesn't change a thing.
Not really, Drove. I'm just interested, in a rare variety.
So you just want to kill me for the lulz?
What are you so afraid of?
I'm not afraid. I'm just being cautious.
See, if I kill
Yeah,
everybody,
not
if I kill everybody that crosses in front of me, that way they can kill me. It's natural. Go on.
Oh yeah, it's natural. For me to be this cautious, considering I've met such a suspicious surface-dwelling lamb.
I will mention more about this type of phrasing later because it's a quirk that Richard actually applied to some turns. Don't you worry, I'm not gonna do anything. Besides, you're much more suspicious than I am. That says a
That's
lot.
the guy who killed people.
Huh?
So, what's your name?
I think you my name.
I won't give my name to a surface-dweller lamb.
Yes, I've only just met you.
Well, that's the whole point of introductions.
What's with you and this lamp thing? It's worded
That's not
poorly.
my father.
We're both lost in this forest, surrounded by dangerous monsters. Shouldn't we at least be cooperating with each other until we get out of here?
No.
Good. So what's your name? It's going to be hard for us to cooperate with one another without at least knowing each other's names.
Just call me Mrs. Robinson or something.
Anyway, my name is Fei Pong Wong. You can call me Fei, because these RPGs doesn't allow me to rename people.
I'm...
Elahim.
Oh, Elahim. But my parents call me Ellie.
But how did Faye know to call you Ellie?
Again, keep that in mind.
Oh,
yeah,
part
it's
of
gonna
the
be a plot point.
amnesia.
Ellie, huh? Somehow, I already knew that.
Gee, I wonder.
Question mark.
She's a sister,
Anyway,
isn't
it's
she?
too dangerous to travel in these parts this late at night. Let's wait until daybreak before we continue looking for a way out here. That's okay with you?
I guess we have no choice, do we?
Well, we can have a sing-along. Okay then, Ellie. How about having something to eat?
While singing campfire songs. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
This will somehow be integral to the story later.
What, row, row, row your boat?
Yes.
Just like it was
Oh
in
man,
that other
Star
movie.
Trek 5, yeah.
Star Trek 5.
Oh.
What are you crying for, young Faye?
And why are you in the desert?
For crying. Oh, let me guess, she was part of a slave group.
He has Apollo's hair.
Yeah, again, the impressive cowlick.
Wait. That voice didn't sound.
Yeah, that voice sounds a little too old.
It's the same voice actor. It's the same voice actor trying to do a little boy version. I'll mention more whose Faye is a voice actor another time.
Yeah, actually, good question. Are the voice actors of this game,
Some
Power
are popular, some are not.
You must be lonely here by yourself.
Who are you?
Ellie?
Faye.
I thought like the hands are made out of
Faye.
net.
No, Mom, 5 more minutes. Oh, god damn it, not again.
What are you doing? Maybe that's you, Shiri.
Yeah,
Hey?
but well, we got the idea.
Are you awake?
Oh,
Yes, I'm
good. They're
standing
gonna
up.
call her
Well, I'm
Ellie.
standing, well, I'm
That's
standing
much
up with my
easier
eyes
to
open,
pronounce.
so probably yes.
Maybe he can sleep standing up. We don't know that.
You'd be surprised, Pedro. There are some people who can sleep with their eyeballs open, and there are some games that.
And yeah, now you have Ellie as a party member. She's basically your black mage of the team, mostly offensive capabilities, but she's not really good at physical attacking. That being said, a common strategy Beth has to do is to use her fire spells on the hobgobs of the forest, because when you use a fire spell on them and kill them this way, they actually drop an item that functions as a health pickup that restores more HP than the regular one they will drop. It's literally called a hop stick, so if it's cooked up, it heals more. And they also sell for a higher price. So if you want to start farming some objects for selling in shops later, this is a good spot.
And here I thought her main weapon was going to be her gun.
No, she surprisingly doesn't use a gun in combat. She instead has a baton.
Huh.
The gun is a thing that is in... The gun is more of like a traditional dotation weapon kind of thing. So there's that.
Okay.
Beware of landslides.
Okay, so Lanhan Village, or what's left of Lanhan Village, is that way, and Aveh is that way.
Great, second party member. Now I have a whole new slew of moves to translate. Okay.
Surprisingly enough, the moves have fair enough names. There's nothing I particularly don't care about in terms of, say, oh, this thing is translated poorly or something, at least from memory. I don't remember if there might be a specific case or not, but I'm optimistic about this.
So, Tio.
Yes?
For as much as we established that a lot of the problem with Final Fantasy VIII story was with its localization, how much the problems of the story would you say have to do with its localization, or just, the base story itself?
I can tell you this. The localization flip-flopping only affects how things are told. For the most of it, the story is pretty comprehensible and it's faithful in that front. It's just a matter that it's okay. How do I explain this? Dej, you ever read the Duwang version of JoJo?
No. Is that the one with the incredibly bad translation?
Yeah, think of something like an in-between stage between a Duwang translation and an official correct one. It's technically functional. You do understand what the characters are saying, but like Pedro noticed in the previous parts, there could be better ways to say it. Now, the things that I really do not like is how some names are translated in the process. When I feel it wasn't. There wasn't a need to do that,
Okay, I think I know a better example. I'm sure you've seen that one Kingdom Hearts manga panel where Donald was speaking fluently.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though in the English translation, he just simplifies it and says, it'll just confuse everybody.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's basically like that.
Well, anyway, but that's pretty much it, because that was a problem that I noticed also for Final Fantasy VIII, Jova, where sure, some things were lost in it, like you mentioned Squall's personality, but the major problems that I had were still in names like Ultimisha and Laguna.
Not to mention, while it is true that some conversations were poorly translated and as a result came across badly, while a better translation would make some things smoother, like the plot of that game has far greater issues than just the translation.
I mean, it's so hard to tell because a lot of stuff was lost in the localization of Final Fantasy VIII. Now, okay, don't get me wrong. For some stupid reason, Square decided that, yes, that localization is the perfect representation for our thing and ran with it. To the point where apparently they liked it, though let's be honest, it's not the first time Square have made baffling decisions. But
also, Joe, I can actually mention. Go on. Sorry, Theo.
No, it wasn't too important. It was mostly just a joke. Go on.
I can actually answer you there, Joe. But that's the thing. There is a Final Fantasy VII retranslation of the original game.
It's called Be a Cause, if I recall correctly, because it's based on an actual type of the game.
Yes. The interesting thing, Joe, is that the people who made that, they did think about, back in 2009 there was a topic on the Kim.com forums, which is a forum that handles that kind of stuff, and they apparently did consider starting a Final Fantasy VIII retranslation, but that was back in 2009. Eventually,
hold on.
Sorry, go on.
Go on, sure.
Sorry. Faye.
Feels like we're aimlessly walking in circles.
Yesterday you said your life was worthless, but what did you mean by that?
I meant that my life was worthless.
Well, she doesn't know the fine print. Why are you asking?
Well, it was kind of a heavy thing to land on her.
Why? Yesterday you looked like you had a death wish. He was literally asking you to shoot him.
Yeah.
It just looks like that, Shiri.
You think it wouldn't make me wonder? Say, how did you get stranded in this forest in the first place?
I got lost.
Mark, you got
Well,
exiled.
To get lost, you need to actually be there in the first place. I should ask you the same question. That's dodging it, Buffet.
Huh? Well,
Hey, Faye, what were you saying earlier about cooperating and divulging information?
you need to learn to cooperate.
I ran away from my village.
Or what's left of it.
Or what's left of it.
Oh, god damn it.
Village? You don't mean...
Well, I mean, there are many villages on the planet.
Not too much, actually.
Surprisingly.
Lan. It was a small village that existed between this forest and the mountain range. I ran away from there.
It was such a happy village. Everybody knew everybody there.
That village?
Yes, that village, Ellie. Yes.
It was a nice, peaceful village. Everyone there treated me like family.
And I murdered them all.
Then last night,
Well, not
a
all
group
of
of
them.
gears suddenly appeared and started fighting right in the middle of a place. The village was engulfed in flames. I couldn't just stand there and watch Lahan be destroyed.
So I destroyed it myself.
So to try and save the villagers, I got in an empty gear without even knowing how to operate it.
That
He was
was
desperate.
I just thought maybe I could do it. No, it was more like someone whispering to me. The voices told me to do it.
Oh, typical of a Square Enix protagonist.
Tell me to do it, but it was a disaster. The village.
Seriously, what is it with Squaresoft and Square Enix protagonists having voices in their heads?
Was it destroyed by the Kislev guy?
No, it grew legs and ran away. What do you think?
Faye?
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't push this topic further.
No, the village was destroyed by me.
Dun dun dun.
Yes, it was me. I destroyed Lan. I'm sure of it.
You're sure of it, you say?
What do you mean you destroyed it?
I
I
blew it
smashed
up.
it, vaporized it, burned it to
What do you
burning
think?
pieces.
Yeah, this line. Go ahead.
So you
Shirley.
were trying to help save the villages.
Wait,
Well,
wait,
it
wait. I never
kinda
told
went-
you.
Actually,
Well-
yeah, he did.
Okay, never mind.
I
sorry,
did
go
try to help. I actually took out a few gears. But then I came under heavy fire from a new group of gears. And then my friend, Timothy, was hit by a hail of bullets.
It's the
So I
weirdest
decided-
Gears of War game ever.
Then I lost it. Everything just went dark.
So I decided, screw it. If my friend got hit by bullets, everyone will.
I don't remember anything after that. The gear I was in went out of control. Well, that's what Doc said.
Uh-huh.
When I came to the village, and everyone in was
Aside from
Alice.
five people.
She was such a... Alice and Timothy. Oh god. Everybody. All such good people.
Went out of control. The gear? What about the village?
Yeah,
Just
let's
told
keep
you.
It's
digging
been
at that
decimated.
chestnut, why don't we?
Do I have to spell it out for you? I destroyed the village. What part of I destroyed the village did you get?
Please.
Faye!
Like, I swear, we need to draw her several diagrams of this
Yes,
entire
the gear.
conversation. 'Cause
If, and this prompts a flashback, however.
If-
Dweebs, you can be the voice in the background, or intercom.
Damn them. They're still giving chase. We've entered Aveh territory. I'm not giving up now. Wait, was that the AI?
Yes, no, it's not, yeah, it's one of the other gears.
This gear's too important. That's done it! I'm at a disadvantage now! Get out of my progress now!
Shrapnel. In my back? Shrapnel. I can't read.
Shrapnel.
Ouch.
Sorry. Is it because the screen is shaking or something?
Oh, that was automated as well.
Only partially. I thought it was enough. Whatever.
I know it wasn't because of the screen shaking, it was because for some reason I swapped 2 letters around.
Blooper.
So yes, Ellie was part of a group of gears that was roaming around the area, got attacked by the Kislev army, and decided the best place to land was in the middle of Lahan.
And that
so in a way,
means it was her.
she's the one who started this whole thing.
Well, that just makes stuff
Mind you, the gear she was piloting is not the one that Faye got into.
Really? Huh.
No, it was another simple one. If I'd never come to the village, never start fighting here,
Oh God, Ellie! If you tell him, he might
then
go
I
into
wouldn't
a
have
blind
tried
rage.
to pilot that gear. It's all their fault, not mine.
Yes.
Even though I was saying the opposite
They're
yesterday.
the ones to blame. If they never come, none of this would have. If not for them.
Yeah, you were singing a different
So,
tune yesterday.
Ellie.
Them!
So, this is gonna come up eventually, right?
Enough of
There's
that.
Yes, wait,
Yeah.
don't worry.
Hold on.
Oh God, is this a liar revealed?
You're a coward.
Wait.
No, Oh, just let the dialogue
Just
go
murder
on.
him, why don't you?
Coward? Me?
How so?
Yes. You're a coward. All you're saying is them.
Even though you were saying something different yesterday.
You talk as if you had no part of the blame as well.
Are you talking to him or yourself?
I'm to blame? Keep that in mind, Jova.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, she's deflecting the blame from herself to him.
Plus, the direct cause of the battle was that a gear made an emergency landing in your village.
Mine, but I'm not going to tell you that because shut up.
Or maybe she might. Let's give her a chance.
Nah, I think that'll be in the 50 parts from now Tio was talking about.
Yes.
Okay, so we may have to wait a bit.
But all Kislev wanted was the gear, right? They weren't invading or outright destroying
Yeah,
it.
which is why they opened fire.
Actually, remember, they were fighting each other. They just treated the village in a casual way.
The real damage occurred because you climbed in a gear and tried to fight
No,
back.
it wasn't.
Yes, actually, he actually has was
yeah,
with,
that kind of was on him. Granted, he did not
Not a lot.
know the circumstances.
No.
What even made you get into that gear?
I wanted to help people.
I mean, what else was he gonna? What else was he supposed to do? Just stand there and let
That's the
anyone
thing,
die?
though.
Not just anyone can pilot them. It takes training. There's no way a civilian could hope to pilot one.
Wait, Ellie, you speak as someone who clearly understands gears. Is there something you want to tell me, Ellie?
I mean, she's dressed in a military-esque uniform. So.
Hey, you really grind my gears.
Ah.
Besides, you should have been helping the villagers flee to safety instead.
He
Remember-
technically was trying to do
Keep
that.
keep also this in mind. She doesn't know about his amnesia yet.
Of course.
How can you blame the damage on a gear when it was your decision to fight in it in the first place? Why don't you take some of the responsibility yourself? Why are you putting all the blame on others?
Actually, if anything, he was taking all the blame on himself earlier yesterday.
Yeah, he
thing,
was. That's just running away. What makes that's what makes you a coward.
Okay.
That's the thing, Jova. That's the thing, Jova. Faye was about to actually try to rush her and say, "Oh, that's okay. It's their fault, not mine anymore." But she actually wanted to put it back. Well, if you put it that way, yes, that's right. I'm a coward. I didn't realize my own strength. I've been blaming what happened as a result of that to others. A pitiful excuse for a man. But I just felt this rush of blood in me and I couldn't help myself. Or help others.
Hey, I'm.
So angry at you.
Yes, go on, Ellie.
Shut up! What do you know?
Oh,
When I came to, I was surrounded by piles of rubble. I didn't know what had happened or what I had done. I remember absolutely nothing. All I knew was that my hands could still feel what they had done. The only things that had penetrated that gear barrier were screams. Screams accompanied by the stench of blood, the sound of crushing bones, and my own curses.
Vivid.
Look! Look at my hands! Can you hear the voices? Can't you understand the feeling? The feeling of having destroyed your village with your own hands?
What the thick of it?
Of not being able to do anything for the children left behind.
Don't someone think of the
Now
children?
we have nothing. I have nothing. I have nowhere. No one. I didn't want to get in it. I had no choice. There was no other way. Right, I'm head out.
All right.
Dang!
Cool story, bro.
She needs a second to think for a second with another small automated dialogue. So
Jeez.
don't worry, we're going somewhere.
Sure, you're a jerk. How can you say that to him? Call him a coward?
Hold
I'm
on.
lovely. What are you talking about?
No, you're not. I mean, okay.
You talk as if it's not your responsibility. No. I didn't do anything. They died because
Oh, so
you
sorry.
had to pilot
Oh,
the gear
what
and
have you
stop
done,
fighting.
Ellie, in the past?
It wasn't me. Can't you understand?
Oh boy, we're gonna accumulate quite a cast of characters with PTSD,
Oh.
aren't we?
I was just talking about hands drenched in blood. Cute.
Not just anyone can pilot those machines, you know. I didn't do it. Why won't you take responsibility?
Ah, I see. I may have been onto something
I'm not so
there.
strong. Why are you trying to put the blame on others? I'm not even all that talented.
I mean, you're good at moving your mouth
You're
without
a
any sound
coward.
coming out.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
that's a problem from the English dub. It's the lip sync is completely fucked up.
Well, you know, at least we can enjoy the fact that we are both messed up in the head.
Cheery.
Yes, that's right. I'm a coward.
it takes one to know another.
It's almost as if they're made for each other.
Nah.
You know, this synth bit here reminds me of Halloween.
Unfortunately, we don't have much time to think about it because giant T-Rex.
Oh, what?
Looks more like a carnivore.
It's a
It's a
JRPG.
Don't worry, Ellie. If you stand still, it will not notice you.
That's not how it works.
Oh, it looks hideous.
Did Shutakumi,
Please close your mouth.
did Shutakumi get in and throw in some Dino Crisis in here?
I guess.
No, this
Oh,
is Fossil
no.
Fighters.
Yeah, let's get to Ellie before she becomes Dino Burger.
Dino Crisis would be the dinosaur I hate at the time.
Yeah.
so.
Ellie!
Yeah, that looks like a carnivore more than a T-Rex.
Yeah, he actually does run you that. Also, that seems scream.
Go
And then
on,
it
knock him
exploded.
out.
Faye, I'm not. Ellie, are you right? Darn, she's unconscious.
Again!
Faye, I'm not sure it's a good idea.
And then a giant T-Rex ate Ellie.
Oh, let's try this one. Raijin? No, it's not
Well,
working.
25 damage? Oh, snap. Ha! He missed.
It's literally called a Rankar Dragon. Yeah, not even the key shot is doing that much.
Dang.
Yeah,
What kind of steroids is this dinosaur on?
Let this be your lesson for the game. Gear-size objects completely destroy, normal field type characters. So yeah.
And here I thought that they might actually go all DBZ with this and have the human-sized characters be able to fight these. Then again, one would wonder why we even have the gears then.
Yeah.
Like, gee, I wonder what it'll take to beat this guy.
Also, dinosaur ass shot.
Yeah. Pedro, it's you. Yes. Hey, it's the land crab. That
And
dog
it's
was
carrying
repairing.
something.
Faye, I have been searching for you. Here, you can use this.
You told me to leave and now you've been... You know what? Never mind. Maybe he has a second thought. Get into the robot, Faye!
Hey, hold on a second. To tell me I could use it is one thing.
Well, Faye, if you
Ellie.
don't do it, Ellie's going to be Chow.
Doc, I have a favor to ask. We'll defeat this monster.
But
If it looks like I'll go out of control like last time, then shoot me.
Faye, let us pray that won't happen.
besides, I don't think my guns are powerful enough to shoot through the mech. So yeah, let's really pray that doesn't happen. If that thing even has guns.
Alright, the big lizard, round 2.
Let's see you pick on somebody your own size.
Yeah, that's much more effective.
Woo!
Again, when it comes to gear stuff, it's best for you to just, build up the combo meter, before dealing an actual, finishing blow. You do gain those similar to how you learn death blows, again, by being at the right level and, practicing a lot with the blows that you punch, But basically, in due time, you'll be able to just playing the game normally will allow you to perform any kind of combo that you want in the end. So you don't have to pay too much mind about it. This is a game where grinding is only relative. It's more similar to how you develop the limit breaks in Final Fantasy VII. Again, it takes more time to grind on that front rather than to just level up. Also, this thing literally bars on you to make you slow. That's charming.
I think there's quite a damage spun still.
Well, it's a big target anyway. The gears instead also function on fuel, like noticed also in the previous part. Each action consumes another amount of fuel, but you have an action that allows you to charge. It doesn't do much, but it still allows you to not run out completely, and soft lock potentially. The other option instead is the boost, which doubles your speed but consumes fuels at every turn. So do it only if you feel confident, you can actually pull it off, which I will demonstrate, in future parts.
Go-Kaita Blast!
Yeah, that didn't do jack shit.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Oh, well, worth a try.
The T-Rex is indifferent to your suffering.
Carnotaur. Seriously, T-Rexes don't have horns.
You can also see how an enemy might be on the verge of defeat when they have a stance, when they have low HP. This was actually one of the first games that pulled it off.
I do wish that they would just give us health bars. Seriously,
There we go.
I'm never really a fan of constantly having to guess how much damage is left on a foe here and there.
Well, Final Fantasy 13 is there to tell you that, Jova, so...
Yeah, Final Fantasy... yes, complete with the stagger gauge and everything.
Anyway, go ahead, Pedro.
Hey, are you alright?
Are you okay? Yeah, I guess so.
That went much better than the village incident.
That with a Rancor was remarkable.
Oh, so it's called a
Ordinary gear
Rancor.
could not defeat that monster.
Yes, sir.
And you suddenly keep yourself in good shape.
It's called Rancor Dragon. Why did you bring this
Star
here,
Wars
Doc?
inspiration.
Yeah.
This? You mean Weltall?
Weltal, it's German. Weltal? This is the gear that destroyed our village. Why did you bother bringing it here? I never want to see another gear again.
Oh boy, I sense a character arc.
I understand how you must feel. But in order to protect yourself, you need a certain degree of strength. Even more since we are being pursued.
Oh, you're on the run with us too,
I-
Doc.
I agree that a certain degree of strength is needed for self-defense. And if it were for this gear here, Ellie and I being that ranker stomach right now. But its power goes beyond what is necessary. Does one really need the power to destroy everything?
Yes.
Not. I don't need that kind of power. I just hate gears.
Yep, that's gonna be his arc.
Using power being used by power. Is that not a problem of the heart?
A Square Enix game dealing with matters of the heart. Yep, that's a common too.
If humans do not use their power for wrong, it can be a good thing. I believe such power can help us. In that respect, I know you will be fine. It sure helped you out this time. Am I right?
Eh?
I want to believe that, but something is holding me back. This gear. Well, whatever. At least Ellie's safe now.
And we can use this gear for transportation.
Where is she?
There she is.
Seems she has come to. Sorry. Go
Huh?
ahead. I am Cheetan, a friend of Faye's. You almost did not make it. If Faye had not yet helped you, I hate to think what may have happened.
You could say Faye took responsibility
I was
for
not too
you.
pleased with this rashness in trying to take on that rancor with just his bare fists.
Yeah.
Bare fists?
Well, it's not like he has any guns or weapons with him.
No, Fade actually doesn't have a weapon on his own.
Well, I am glad that you were able to find a use for what I brought you.
Exclamation mark.
Exclamation mark.
Let us just say we are borrowing what the Kislev army left behind.
Oh. Thank you, Faye. This makes twice.
It's a real shame that what I did to your village.
What was that?
Nothing!
Don't mention it.
See,
I'll just
I
put it
won't.
on your tab.
Aww.
You owe him big time, lady.
It is getting dark. Let us make camp now and start out early tomorrow.
Wait, how long does daylight last in this world? 3 hours?
Both of you look tired. I need to make some repairs on our friend.
It's implied that they walked around the forest for an entire day.
So I guess Cheetan is joining our party now.
Mm-hmm.
Is he secretly evil or something?
Why would he need to be with?
It is no use. The knee actuator and bypass circuit are both ruined.
Well, crud.
The actuator can be fixed, but the circuit needs to be replaced.
Fetch quest.
Cue the sorry. Oh, having trouble sleeping there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the pain or the guilt?
Yes.
Both.
There we go.
I imagine you would. Yeah, I've had quite a day. This is the machine Faye used when the village was attacked. There was another machine left sitting on the outskirts of the village.
Da, da, da.
It had a name on it, but I couldn't make it out.
It was yours, right?
He's using the language that she used before when meeting Faye. What are you hiding, Doc?
Just as I thought.
You're a hypocrite.
The missing pilot from the gear that made an emergency landing in Lan, and the mysterious woman found wandering lost in the forest are actually one and the same person.
Take
Excellent
that.
deduction.
Judging from your uniform, I would also say you are with the military. Am I correct?
How? Who are you?
I'm a goddamn Batman.
Broke all your cyclocks. I had to check the ID tags of the soldiers who died in the attack on Lahan. The design on their tags and the design on your uniform there is the same.
Shit.
Yeah, you probably should have, be
Change
careful
your
with that.
clothes. Or
To be
Just
fair,
hidden the tag, you know?
Do not worry. They were given proper burials.
We tossed their bodies into the sea.
But they may not have been too pleased to die in a foreign land.
I don't think anybody would be too pleased to die anyway. Maybe.
Like, who cares where they die?
Does Faye know about you?
oh,
I don't think he has realized yet, and by
I'm
that I
only overhearing
mean
you now. I can hear what you're
yelled at
saying.
him and
Asleep.
told him it was his fault.
oh, airing out
Most
your laundry is
likely.
going to be fun.
Faye knows nothing of the world outside of Lahan.
I've been awake the whole time.
I see. So how come he's a Disney princess? I think we already went over this.
Yes.
Yeah.
In any case, it is best if we do not pry into each other's pasts anymore.
We're going to end
Sure
up
we
doing
won't.
just that later down, aren't
Uh,
we?
Ignoring your problems, yada yada.
Let us just say that I know a little more about the world than most do.
I am a
I'm
doctor,
secretly
of
500
course.
years old.
I'm God.
Anyway, Ellie, I have a favor I must beg you to do.
What is it?
Go to sleep.
No,
Not
Morgana.
Morgana.
Go straight ahead, and you will come to a road. Then just keep going. Would you please leave us while Faye's still asleep?
It's dark.
Unfortunate things keep happening around Faye. I would like to protect him if possible. I do not want him caught up in any vain struggles. I'm also saying this for your benefit, Ellie. You do not belong here.
well, yeah, we're in the middle of a forest. Of course, I don't think any of us belong here.
Family.
I
I
They're
have
all
no
dead.
family.
yeah.
Do not worry. I will not tell Faye what your true identity is.
Faye, she was the one that left her pig there.
I will just tell him you went to meet up with your family.
They happen to be around here, conveniently.
No, it is not that. I did something terrible to him.
I told him he was a wanker, even though it was my fault.
Well done, Ellie. Well done.
So, I want to apologize.
At least let me apologize to him, and then I'll leave, and hopefully nothing bad will happen before then.
Something terrible?
Faye told me it was our fault your village was destroyed. Faye kept saying, if only they hadn't come. Then I called Faye a coward because he was trying to escape from the responsibility. But in fact, it was me who was trying to escape from taking the blame.
Coward.
So
Yeah,
who-
now who's
Yeah.
the coward?
Everyone is a fucking coward.
Except
I
for
think-
Pedro, he's a
I don't think
Chad.
Coward Gears would have been a catchy name then.
Cheetah meets Sigma male vibes. Go ahead, Shira.
If I hadn't crash landed there, they would all still be living peacefully now.
And we would
You're
have had a
beta
wed-
male, Faye.
And we would have had a wedding tomorrow if it wasn't for you.
Wait, Jova. You're telling me there was a wedding yet?
Yes, there was.
All those innocent people wouldn't have been caught in that tragedy. But I accused Faye.
So I could make myself not feel as bad.
Your rarity. I did not expect your people would ever think like that.
Damn, even Shatan's
Protection.
calling you
To
out.
people, surface dwellers are nothing more than domesticated animals, are they not?
Oh, so that's why she was calling us a lamb.
Hold on.
The shepherds, Abel, took control over the surface-dwelling lambs.
Oh,
think it's
Abel.
She's
Abel?
actually no, actually Abel works just fine. That's the original pronunciation. She's quoting a passage.
Really? I've always heard it pronounced as Abel.
It's both.
It's pronounced that in the Bible, which is where. Oh god.
Possessing the right to give life and death unto them as they see fit.
We are getting biblical here, I see.
This is a JRPG.
Exactly. Why is that?
I don't know, it's just something they do. I don't know myself.
The term you're searching for here is Jugend, still German.
Okay. At Jugend, I was taught that surface dwellers were stupid and base.
Yeah,
Waiting
basic.
back, we are based.
I mean, cringed.
And that is why we have to control them, but
But upon meeting Faye, something about him made you feel different.
Yeah, angry.
yes. He's no different than we are. In fact, he seems more powerful.
Right?
He possesses something. Something we don't.
A soul.
He also risked his life to save me. Twice. What was that, Deji?
I was saying, are you saying that judging people off hearsay is wrong?
Gee, I
Most of
wonder.
your people would feel ashamed at receiving such an act. Yet you are grateful to Faye.
They're Nazis, aren't they?
Probably because of my father. He had an open mind to surface dwellers.
He had to be put down for that.
Jesus,
Headshot
Joe.
That was the
by
guy that died in the beginning of the game, that explosion. I bet you that was him.
Go ahead.
My nanny was a surface dweller. No one knew about her, though.
Parallels, Jova, yes.
Again, she comes from Nazis, doesn't she?
I am the same as Faye.
Guilty of sin, we are.
Yeah. Stone and glass
The
houses.
same?
No, nothing. Never mind.
But don't you see, Doctor? Deep down inside, we are all the same.
You can't start conversations and then just decide not to continue with them.
I
Yeah.
think I understand. I am sorry. After just saying we should not pry, it is my nature, you know. I just love to gossip. My wife says I am too persistent and that I talk too much. But personally, I do not think I talk too much.
Honestly, I don't think he does either.
He seems to talk just the right amount.
It is
Mhm.
probably best if you return home to your country.
To Nazi Germany.
You really should not be here.
I'll return to headquarters. But then what?
I don't know. That's your business.
File a report. It's your job.
You are worried?
I got lost in the forest, almost eaten by a dinosaur, and someone saved me.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
fucking worried.
Worrying is natural. Even I used to worry once too, you know. Sometimes I worry, sometimes I don't.
Emotions are weird.
Oh, there's one. Go ahead, Shuri.
Seaton?
Oh,
Oh, cheating.
Oh, Titan.
Anyway, let me handle what to tell Faye. Yeah, better go now.
Okay. When this dialogue bit's over, I'll address a problem I've got with this game already.
He's gonna run after her.
Too
isn't
much
he?
dialogue for you, Waves.
Again, I'll wait till the scene ends. Is it over?
Hold on. We're getting another dialogue between Faye and Chitan, and then... Yes. Oh, is Ellie gone yet?
She been gone.
So you were awake?
Long enough, Doc. Yes, I woke up midway, so I'm very part of what you two were discussing.
Oh, whew, only par midway.
Which part?
But, Ellie, so that's what she is.
Oh,
Yes.
did he
How's it
hear?
going?
Faye, she is.
Oh, so you didn't hear the part about where
I
she's
know,
responsible
it's
for...
not Ellie's fault.
Oh, wow, Faye.
What happened
Huh?
to the village is all my fault.
Oh,
Took
God.
out all my
no.
pent-up feelings on Ellie. I'm the one who should apologize.
But
Faye, Do not blame yourself. It was not your fault either.
Blame
You're
the
just trying
people
to
who
protect
stuck
the village.
shrapnel in her back. Those are whose fault it is.
Thanks, Doc. By the way, how is everyone from the village going?
They're dead.
Well, there were survivors, Whips. Do not worry, Yuri's with them. I told her to leave soon and take them all to a certain place. They should be safe for a while, so you should just worry about yourself for now.
Now we can just truck around the
Okay,
land.
Doc.
Now, to think what we should do next. Shall we leave this forest and head for the desert town of Dazzle?
Nah, let's just go back home.
We may learn what Aveh and Kislev are up to, not to mention getting some parts for Viltal. The leader of Aveh is not going to sit back and let the other knight's fiasco go by unpunished. Aveh Caesar.
So what should we
Alright,
do
then.
Go
over...
ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, basically, it's the constant repeating themselves. I mean, the character just literally asks a question to which they've already got the answer a minute ago.
It's the same thing that Metal Gear Solid does. It was a thing of the time.
I mean, I'd argue
No,
at least with
it's
Metal...
almost really
anime
annoying.
clip.
Yeah, anime does this all the time.
Okay,
Not
okay.
ones I've seen.
Okay, to Dribs' credit, just because anime does it all the time does not necessarily
Well,
make
no,
it
it was.
okay.
It's more even. It's more like it was like a particular quirk of
Metal
the
Gear
time.
Solid either, for that matter.
What is that?
A ship.
A flying dragonfly?
Pedro?
I would assume it's a battleship from Aveh, sorry.
An aerial battleship? I never heard of Aveh having anything like that.
This is the missing Dragonfly from the fourth Spyro game.
Of course it does not come from Aveh originally. Most like it belongs to the Gabler forces stationed at Aveh.
Gabler?
Special forces from the Secret Empire of Solar is known as Gebler. I'm sure you have heard something about them. They are an organization providing large-scale military aid to the Kingdom of Aveh. They showed up in Ignis several months ago. Until then, Aveh was being routed by Kislev. But with Gabler's help, they have managed to regain half their losses.
Half of their losers.
Typo!
Look, I had to translate this in a hurry. I didn't have time for that second S, okay? They are now expanding their territory and gathering resources buried in the ruins.
I heard the village elders talk about it. Is Ellie a part of that?
Quite possibly so. Their group was superior technology power.
Which makes me feel we
is-
may not have seen the last of Ellie.
It is rumored that they are here solely to get the resources in the ruins. I am surprised they are using something as powerful as that ship. It must be to suppress the recent border skirmishes.
So they are fighting the Kislev Empire?
Yes, it seems they
Basically.
have found the ruins on the northern edge of Aveh. Those ruins are under a 500-year-old temple. 3 weeks ago, Kislev took over those ruins. Most likely they are fighting over that. Doc, you're talking too much again.
So yeah, the nation of Solaris first mentioned, and if the Doc's, dialogue with Ellie before has to be interpreted, it's probably a land of massive racist people. Joyful. But we'll have to find more technically in the next part where we actually venture into Dweeb's favorite place, the desert. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.